be live.
Okay, I don't, we might have to take off that little.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's what it is. That's where it's like,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Thank you.
It looks like it's connected.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, we got about a minute left in the. I'm going to move this over just a little bit, so we get right at center. There we go. We got about 45 seconds left in the warm up here, and then we are going to be facing off against the Blaine Rogers. I don't know what they're called, but the Blaine Rogers team, who is our one tie this year in the first game of the Cake Eater tournament. They tied us 1-1. They have a very good goalie, and they have a couple of very strong players. One of their featured players is number 77, Brooklyn Hall. Her dad is also the head coach. He's a good coach for Blaine Rogers. And there's another kid on this team, Lucy Skoglund, who some of us are familiar with. She's another one that you got to watch out for out on the ice. This is the first game of the Duluth Icebreaker tournament. I always tell the kids it's hard to win the tournament unless you win the first game. So hopefully we get a good result this morning. It looks like Olive Witherspoon has joined her team. And I know she was doing a traditional sleepover at Grandma's the night before the Duluth Icebreaker tournament. I think she's done that every year that she's been up here because the Witherspoons are from the Duluth area. If I remember correctly, there's a brother-in-law or something similar who's a police officer in Hermantown or Proctor up here. It's a beautiful rink this morning. It's a newer facility. It's called the Rails Arena. The Proctor Rails play out of here. The Edina faithful are busy filing in. On the bench this morning, we've got Coach Haran, Coach Rasmussen, and Coach Jungles. Rails have given their shout. 15 minutes is on the clock. Here come the Hornets. It looks like we've got Lex in goal. We're going to start with the Boylan, Sauter, Mal line, backed up by Helfrich and Amy. We win that one back. Amy goes back to collect. Amy tries to chip that out. Unfortunately, it ends up in our zone. There we go. Trying to work that thing out. Like I said, this Blaine Rogers team is quite good. I can't remember where they are. Here we go. Ella jumps on that opportunity. Out to Mal. Mal fires. Ooh, we almost had one there. Boylan on the back check. Fighting through. Make sure that you can't just make a clean exit. Excellent. Oh, that's clear. Helfrich fighting it off. Amy wins the battle down low. Helfrich zips it around the boards. Boylan's there. Collects. Works it up to Sauter. Little battle along the sideboards. The Rails come up with that. They try to load up number 77, Brooklyn Hall, out at the point. Helfrich behind our net. Helfrich up to Boylan. Boylan loses the handle on that one. There we go, over to Mal. Mal's got an opportunity. That one's a chip. Looks like we've just got one. Oh, we got two officials. Good. We got a quick line change. Now we've got Newcomb Witherspoon. Nedry out there. Chapman throws that thing back down low. Levy's helping out on the far side. Levy keeps that one in. Good job chipping it down low. Out to the point again. Levy gathers. Chips it again into the corner. Maintaining some ozone time. Nedry goes to fight for that one. Good battle in the corner. Nedry again. She's got a couple of rails on her. It's not rails. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's the Anoka Rogers. I'm not sure what we're going to call them. Or Rogers Blaine. No ice again. That one's on net. Witherspoon gives chase. Our forwards get a quick change. Ballard's in on it. Levy retreats out of the zone, chips that one back down low. Good job, Levy. Levy goes for a quick change. Maintaining some ozone time. We've completed a change now. We got Cragness, Cohen, and Ballard out there. Long shot, just misses left. Helfrich is back on the ice on the D side. Cragness trying to work down low. Zips around here. Senses three people chasing her down. Works it back over to Ballard. Ballard back to Cragness in the corner. Other team comes up with that one. Luckily, we pinch. Good job pinching Claire. Cohen tries to load up the slot. Instead, it zips over to Claire Sweetser. Sweetser fires. Woo! Hits some traffic right in front of the net. Helfrich chips it back towards it. Cragness in the corner. Cragness. Over to Cohen. Cohen, somebody tries to attack her. She knocks him backward. Cohen again. Another shove. No call. It was kind of a slow motion extension of the arms. Probably could have been a call. Ballard comes up with that one. Ballard sees her point wide open. Works it out to Sweetser. Sweetser fires. That one gets tipped. Great tip, Cragness. Gets a stick on that. Unfortunately, it just jumps into the goalie's gut. We got another line change coming. 11 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first period. Our first whistle, I think. Out to the point. Fires. Chapman. Ooh, that one comes out of the zone. Here we go. Back to Amy. Amy works it up. Chips it forward. Over to Boylan. Boylan tries to get a shot off. They just barely got a stick on that. Mal's down there low. That comes out to the point again. Amy calmly knocks it back down to Mal. Here we go. It's back behind the net. Noka tries to work that thing out. Amy pinching in. That one gets worked in again. Boylan and Mal go for a quick change. Elliott stays out there to try to create some pressure. Help out her teammates. Newcomb and Nedry now on the ice. That one gets worked out. A little break for them. Great job, Nedry, being quick on that back check. Sauter completes the line change. Newcomb now. Near side boards. Works it back down to Amy. Amy up to Chapman. Chapman chips it up to Witherspoon. Witherspoon finds Newcomb. Oh, she just missed the right side. Great idea for a shot. Kept it on the ice. Just missed the right side corner. That was kind of open. Here we go. Here we go with Anoka coming down the ice. Or Rogers Blaine. I'm just going to call him RB. RB behind the net there. Trying to work it out. Witherspoon battling as she should. Levy jumps on that one. Levy works it off the boards. Great job. You can hear the coaches telling her you got to look at the boards. Newcomb jumps it in. Witherspoon's there to battle. Levy right here in front of us. You can't quite see down. I'll try to narrate more when it's really close. It's behind our goal. Amy off the boards. It's near side. Let's see if we can change the angle at all here. I don't know if I can. RB's battling in our near side corner. There we go. Lex decides to jump on that one. Cragness with Ballard and Cohen. They're not keeping track of the shots in this game, but I think we've had more of the shots. RB wins that back, chips it down towards the goal. Ooh, they got a little opportunity. Somebody in all by themselves. Nope. That misses wide. Cragness comes out of the pile with that one. She's helped by Ballard. They're making their way down the ice. Entering the zone. Cragness has got a nice opportunity. Tries to hook up Cohen along the far side. Nope. Can't quite connect on that one. Here comes RB coming out of the zone. They got a 2-on-3. Ava's working back in. Now we got to get back down here. Right there to Cragness. Cragness zipping by. She's got an opportunity. She works in. She's got her backhand. She tries to load up the front side. Out to Mal. That's a goal. Hopefully we got that one on camera. The Xbot's struggling to keep up this morning. I'm not sure. Maybe I've got to tighten something. I'm going to try to tighten this up. All right, so that makes it 1-0. The Hornets lead. Far side of the rink there. Little battle for the puck. Boylan comes up with that one. Works around one. Sees Mal. Boylan fires. Ooh, hits some iron that just missed. The defender was only defending the pass there. Probably a decent idea to shoot that one. Just caught a bit of iron. Chapman up to Mal. Mal over to Sauter. Sauter tries to load up Boylan. Boylan creates some trouble. Sauter ends up with that one. Comes in on the goalie. Woo! It could have been a really slick move. I think she just fanned on it a little. We've all done that. You're right in front of the goal, and it almost slid in anyway. Okay, so catching up here. I think I got the Xbot working more properly. So it is 1-0. Great play by Mal, floating into the zone, and Cragness seeing her coming in, loading her up right when she was sliding right into the slot and made a quick shot. Great job. 1-0 Hornets. We've now got about 7.5 minutes left in the first period. So far, the Hornets have been playing this game really tight. Let's hope that it just keeps up. We retreat into our zone. Sweetser works it up to Newcomb. Newcomb along the near side boards. I'm going to try to turn this again. There we go. Amy over to Sweetser. Sweetser retreats, escapes, back over to Amy in the near side. Amy off the boards, up to Newcomb. Ooh, almost out, but we're still in. The RB keeps it in. Oh, here we go. Witherspoon's got an opportunity. Witherspoon in. Tries to dangle. They get a little stick on that. Near side corner. Out to Nedry. Nedry fires. Ooh, hits some traffic. RB tries to work it out. Helfrich pinches down. Fires towards the goal. Witherspoon sees an opportunity. Got multiple whacks at it, but this goalie for the Rogers Blaine team is pretty solid. I remember that from our 1-1 tie. I think her last name is Grams or Graham. Good little goalie. Cragness on the draw. That one gets zipped around to the far side. Helfrich works that back down. Cragness working out of the corner, trying to get something going. Cohen goes in to help. Now you got Ballard. Another kid with some Iron Range roots. If you go back in time, number 18, Ava Ballard, probably feels at home on the cold rinks up here in the North Country. Considering, oh, here we go. They got an opportunity. They're trying to fight through. We barely get back to that one. Great hustle by our defenders, making sure that doesn't become a breakaway. Here we go. Ballard chips it out. Ballard gives chase. Making our way down. Cohen's now creating trouble for them. One of their best players, number 77, Brooklyn Hall, escapes twice. Makes a cross-ice pass. Cragness chasing that puck down. They try to get it out. Helfrich tosses it back in. Here comes Mal. Mal's got some juice this morning, ladies and gentlemen. She is moving. Loads up Boylan. Boylan fires. Misses the net on that one. Kind of a funny angle. There's an opportunity. Boylan again. Boylan. Too much traffic down there. Ella comes up with that one. We get that fired back down. Ella chips it towards the net. Goalie calmly grabs that one with her glove. I don't know if Mal ate her Wheaties, if she got a good night's sleep last night in the hotel. I don't know what happened, but I like what we're seeing. We got Levy and Sweetser on the backside. Ella on the draw. There goes Mal through the slot. Out to Levy. Levy fires. Ooh, Ella got a nice tip on that one. I'm pretty sure it was Ella. There was a lot of traffic in front. RB comes up with that one. Levy retreats out of the zone. They chip it in. Sweetser up the boards to Boylan. Boylan can't quite get the handle on that one, but does. Chips it out to Mal. Good job. In stride. Mal and Boylan run into each other for for another time. They seem to have a habit of bumping into each other. I don't know what's going on with the call here. I think the official may have been worried about whether Nora Boylan suffered a concussion there. Maybe Mal too. Little battle here. Witherspoon on the draw. You got Newcomb, Nedry, Witherspoon out there. Witherspoon fighting right here in front of us. Don't know if anybody can see this, but Levy comes up with that one. There we go. Levy retreats behind her own net. Looking for an outlet. We've got the collection of dads standing behind our net. Newcomb with Witherspoon. Witherspoon in alone. Fires. Barely got a stick on that. I think goalie Graham's got, I think the butt end of her stick caught that one. Otherwise, Witherspoon would have had a goal. Witherspoon jumps in. Another offensive zone face-off. We're swapping out our forwards. Keep the same D, Helfrich and Amy out there. Craigness, Cohen, Ballard. So far it's been a clean game, I'd note. No penalties and nothing that we could really complain about either. I think Ballard gets tied up in the corner. Out to Cohen. Cohen chips it back down to Craigness. Craigness in the corner, kind of alone. Tries to chip it to somebody. Unfortunately, RB comes up with that. Here they come. Amy gets a stick on that. Cohen, good job keeping possession of that. Far side battle right in front of the RB bench. Craigness comes out of the pile with that one. Ooh, the defender just falls down. Here comes Craigness. Oh, they just barely got a stick on that just in time. Luckily, Ava Ballard's there. She's got it again. She's working around the outside. The collapsing that we see from RB, they absolutely collapse around their net. All 5 people were within about 2 feet of each other. They try to clear that. Craigness kicks it forward with her boot. She's got it on her stick now. She's working behind the net. One of their best players chasing her down. Cohen shows up to help. Mallory's now on the ice. Here comes Craigness for a change. Long shot. That one gets gloved. We complete the rest of our change. It looks like Mal and Nora Boylan are okay, having collided. Maybe that'll be the spark plug we need. 2 minutes and 37 seconds left here in the first period. Shots remain 0-0 on the scoreboard. It's been pretty uneven otherwise. Ella tries to win that one back. RB comes up with it again. Here we go. Little off the boards. Boylan chips it over to Mal. Mal tries to make some room for herself. Fights through a bunch of stuff. Goalie wisely gets a glove on that as soon as she possibly could. Another offensive zone face-off here for the Edina Hornets. Boylan behind the net there. They're trying to tackle her up. Works it over to Mal. Mal tries to work it back to Boylan. They get a stick on that. Boylan's there to help out. Chapman activates. Back down to Boylan. Boylan works it over to Mal again. Boylan backhand pass to the slot. Almost there. 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Some nice puck movements that we've been seeing. I think a few more shots would be helpful. But I also think the other team's doing a good job trying to get sticks on pucks as we're trying to shoot and collapsing around their net, so it's hard for shots to even get through. Okay. Battling down in the corner, Newcomb comes up with that one. Witherspoon's helping out. Somehow RB comes up with that. They ring it around the boards. Chapman jumps in. Nedry's there to help. You got Witherspoon covering the point. Witherspoon there. Right around the blue line. She decides to retreat out of the zone. Works it in. That's going to be an offsides. One minute and 30 seconds remaining in this first period. I don't know when we're going to have a resurface because I think the girls jumped on dirty ice. So if this is like most tournaments, we may have a resurface after this first period. Nedry fires. That one hits another stick. Newcomb there behind. Works it over to Witherspoon. Witherspoon's got somebody on her tail. She tries to work through it. Here comes a 2-on-2. Well, Newcomb does a great job back checking. Lucy Skoglund, number 53, is a dangerous player. Lex pulls that aside. Over to Nedry. It works out to RB again out at the point. Nice tip halfway home. Oh, there's some pushing and shoving going on in front of the net. With 54 seconds left, we've got Craigness, Cohen, and Ballard jumping out there. Sweetser and Amy on the backside. Some knuckles are being provided to Lex. Good job, good job. Sweetser works it around. Let's get a zone exit here for our Edina Hornets. Don't want to give. Let's just make sure we don't even give up a shot here the last minute. Ballard finds it, works it up to Cohen. Cohen and Craigness, I could hear him talking from here. Good job, girls. Ooh, Craigness just barely got tied up. It was the right play. They were talking as they made their way down the ice. Made a nice pass to one another. There's Craigness. Battling in the corner. Ballard comes up with that. About 10 seconds left. Let's get a shot. Come on, Amy. Fire that thing. Another block shot. Anoka Rogers is now trying to sail somebody out of the zone. Sweetser gives chase. Long shot. That's gloved by Lex. 1 minute and 8 seconds left on the clock. All right, that's the end of that first period. I don't see the Zamboni door opening, so maybe we're going to have... oh, it is actually opening. Yep, it looks like the team is headed to the locker room. We're going to have a nice little break here while we check our work emails, and we'll be back for the second period in about 10 or 15 minutes. All right. During our break, the AV team here did a significant amount of work trying to get us into a better position for the X spot to be able to follow the puck. So everybody, please and thank you for being patient. Looks like Nora Boylan dropped her stick on the ice already. There we go. There we go. Please be patient. The X spot's doing its best. The Edina Hornets jump on the ice again here following the resurface. Not only is this a nice rink, but they also have a very nice Zamboni. It looks like brand new. I think that it is electric, actually, and had a control panel on it, which you don't see very often. That first period, I would say that the Hornets did a good job maintaining a lot of puck possession and offensive zone time. The Blaine Rogers team did a good job blocking a lot of shots and collapsing around the goal to prevent those shots from getting all the way through. I think the Hornets need to continue doing what they're doing and also play some stingy defense. In a 1-0 game, we don't want to give them a chance that they give them the sense that they have a chance to climb back into this. Here's hoping we get the next goal. All right, here we go. Sauter on the draw. Boylan comes up with that one. Quick zone entries. She's got man. Ooh, they barely got a stick on that as she tried to enter the zone. Now here they come on it's Lucy Skoglund. Long shot knocked aside. Little panic there in front of the net. Slippery ice conditions, I think. Breakout pass over to Boylan. Boylan chips that one forward. Mal's got it in stride. Mal enters the zone. Tries to work it back around. Mal chips it over to Sauter. Sauter dangling behind the net. Draws some attention. Ooh, the puck is still there. That's a goal. Mal tried to load it up. They got a stick on it. I think the goalie made the first save, but it sprung to the left. Boylan was there to chip it in. Great job by the team. Getting some offensive zone time. Ella drawing a couple of defenders to her, then chipping it back to Mal. Mal had an opportunity to walk out. Boylan did a good job staying high in the slot and then sliding down to that far post. Going to the net makes a difference. Here we go. Witherspoon comes up with that one. Witherspoon chips it down low. Nedry's there to help out. Nedry gets possession of that one. Unfortunately, the defender was right there too. Chapman, far side, works that thing back down low. Newcomb bounces it off a shin pad. Now it somehow squirts out to Levy. Levy fires that. 2-0. The Edina Hornets are leading here early in the second period. Newcomb interferes with their breakout. Nevertheless, BR comes up with that one, chips it down low. Levy up to Nedry. Nedry tries to chip that one out the sideboards. Witherspoon's there to help too. Witherspoon grabs the hold of that one now. Starts from basically square zero. Chips it far side. BR tries to get that thing deep. Bounces off a skate. Levy retreats to pick that up. Bouncing puck. Up to Nedry. Here we go. Number 77. Brooklyn Hall. Making her way down the near side boards. Looking for an opportunity. She's working around the outside. She's still got the puck. There we go. Chapman came up with that one. Chapman just wisely chips that out. That's not going to be an ice. because they almost got a stick on it. We're completing a change now. Cohen, Ballard, Cragness are out there. We got an opportunity to try to keep that thing in. Ooh. Ballard comes up with it. Ballard working out of the zone. Ballard over to Cohen right in front of us. Cohen works it over to Cragness. Cragness back to Cohen. Cohen. Oh, just tried to load up Cragness. Just barely missed on that one. Sweetser crashes down. They chip that out. Amy. Back to Cragness. Cragness picks up speed. Doing crossovers like McDavid. Comes on in. Works around. Tries to chip it under the goalie. Goalie makes a nice save. Great job, Cragness. Cragness out to Ballard. Ballard fires. They got a stick on that as she tried to get it towards the goal. Like I said, I don't know if I said it on air at the break. I was observing these guys from the other team are doing a good job of getting sticks right in there as we're shooting. Here comes Cragness out of the corner. Tries to load up another stick. Ballard activates. Ooh, little back and forth action. That's not going to be called. We're in the North Country. Long, they decide to ice that thing. As long as that makes it, that should be an icing. We're going to switch up our forwards, I think. Cragness almost had one there. We're going to have an offensive zone face-off. We've got, at the risk of goofing up the X-Bot to my right, I'm not going to goof it up. Ella on the draw, back to Boylan. Boylan tries to fire. Again, they get a stick on that. Mal comes up with that. Mal tries to get that quick shot. Ella Sauter gives chase, gets a stick on that thing, works it back down low. Here goes our forecheck. Mal's on it. Mal chips it around. Boylan comes up with that one. Boylan works it out to the point. Sweetser fires. Long shot. Nice tip, Ella. Just a little bit wide. Mal, she's got three people chasing her down. They come up with that one. Amy, great stick out at the point. Graham gloves that one. Here we go. Offensive zone face-off. Mal's there. Oh, Amy almost kept that in. She had a heroic job keeping it in last time. All right, Boylan's in on the forecheck now after Mal dumps it down low. Boylan sneaks behind the goalie, tries to load up Ella. They barely got a stick on that. Weird carom off the boards. There must have been a door there. That one gets chipped forward again. But BR gets it low into our zone. It's over to Amy. Amy works it off the boards. That one's out to center ice. Ugh. Our forwards need to change, I think. Newcomb's out there now. Penalty coming. It's not how I wanted a whistle to happen, but it looks like a tripping call probably on somebody. Hannah Newcomb. Hannah's been playing a great game so far. Tough to get a penalty on just tossing your stick out, trying to no ill intent there. Just stick in a skate, kid goes flying. Witherspoon, Nedry. Our forwards, Chapman, Helfrich, RD. I think Lex is clearing out the front of the. Oh, that's a goal. Set play out of the corner. Little give and go. Kid was ready to fire it immediately. 1 minute and 48 seconds left on that penalty. So about 12 seconds into the penalty, they get a shot and a goal. 10 minutes, 9 seconds left in the second period. It's a 2-1 game. Edina leads. Cragness on the draw. That should be an ice. There we go. So here's a quick view of our Edina faithful, actually. Let's see if I can do this. Nope, I can't. And you know what? The X-Bot. Ballard in the slot. Long shot. Fires. Goalie gets a good save. There we go. Cragness on the draw, wins it back to Sweetser. Sweetser works it back down low. Cohen's there. Uses her skate to hold on to that one. Works it back over to Cragness. Cragness tries to load up Ballard in the slot. Oh, they just barely get a hold of it. Now we're headed down. Cohen right in front of us. Cohen and Cragness into the zone. Cohen, he's got an opportunity. That one hit his stick halfway to the goal. Here comes BR trying to get out. Cragness is in there. Interrupts their breakout. Cohen's there to help. Oh, here comes one of their better skaters. Watch behind us, guys. Somebody in the slot, almost all alone. Gotta watch for that. Cohen works it back down to Levy. Levy retreats. Works it over to Sweetser. Sweetser works it up the sideboards. That one gets tossed back down low. Levy now. Chips it up to Ballard. That one gets kept in the zone too. Bouncy pockets right in front now. They got an opportunity. Lex knocks that aside. Here's Cohen. Up to Ballard. Ballard chips that one forward. Ballard and Cragness go for a quick change. Or excuse me, Cohen and Cragness go for a quick change. Ballard's gassed. Jumps off the ice. Ella comes up with that one. Ella's right in front of us battling to try to keep this thing in. Lots of traffic. Mallory's now out there. She works up the far side. Gets into the zone. We're clean. Here comes our forecheck. Let's get moving. Ooh, Mal, great job. They just barely clear that thing. Helfrich, here she comes. Clean zone entry. Helfrich from the backside. Leaves for Mal. Mal works in. Chips it towards the net. Boylan's covering the point briefly. Ella over to Mal. Boylan fires. Goalie gloves that thing. Nice play. Mal saw Boylan in the slot. Boylan didn't hesitate on that one. Hopefully the coaching at the break was exactly what I think and what I think Coach Ballard thinks. Little quicker shots by everybody could make a difference for this team. We got Witherspoon, Newcomb, Nedry out there. Witherspoon wins that one back. Everybody goes for it. Witherspoon again on that puck. Out to Helfrich. Helfrich fires. That one hits two players. Still misses the net. Helfrich again. Out of the point here. Helfrich works it over to Newcomb. Newcomb tries to load up Witherspoon on the far side. Unfortunately, they got a stick on that. It's back out to Helfrich in the neutral zone. Helfrich off the boards. Great play. Witherspoon. Oh, got lost in her skates just for a second. Here we go again. Neutral zone battle. They chip it in. They're going to work. Helfrich retreats back. Works it over to Nedry. Nedry tries to get that thing clear. Yep. Continues battling. Helfrich. Helfrich, quick decision. Brilliant play. Over to Newcomb on the far side. Here's Witherspoon in. Oh my goodness. That is the second time Olive Witherspoon has hit the butt end of the goalie's stick today. She's on. It's just the goalie's gotten lucky twice. Here comes Levy on the near side, looking for a pass. Defender blocks that with a skate. Here's Cragness working into the zone. Cragness jumping around a bunch of players. Ballard and Cohen are also out there for the change. Levy signals, I'm wide open over here. They block that shot. Here goes one of their better players, Cragness. Hustles back to help out. Cragness up to Cohen. That's a bouncy puck. Cragness comes up with that. Let's go, Cragness! Or Cohen. Oh, that one's in. Goalie didn't have much of a poker face there. A beauty of a play there. If I remember this correctly, Cragness retreated back, helped out the D, and the D did a good job being right there. Then it got zipped up to Cohen. Cohen got a handle on it, worked past the defender, and the signature sort of moving around the goalie for our 3-1 lead here. From Levy up to Sauter. Sauter works in, dangles around one, dangles around another, almost there. Hopefully she's all right. You know what? I think this official is blowing the whistle when one of our girls might be not feeling great. Boylan thought maybe a penalty was getting called. He's saying you got to get off the ice. I blew the whistle for you. You got to get off the ice, I think. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. I haven't seen that before in officiating. You sh- Nice. Nedry. Goalie helps herself out by knocking that aside. Amy activates. She's down low. Newcomb's out there responsibly covering that point. Amy's back at the point. Witherspoon's there, far side boards, trying to come up with the puck. Lots of bodies flying around all of a sudden. Newcomb tries to dangle out in front. Nedry's there to help out. Near side boards, a little battle. Newcomb comes up with that one. Come on, Hannah. There you go. She's got it. She works it up to Witherspoon. Witherspoon, near side boards. Right out to Sweetser. Sweetser wisely decides, I'm just going to chip this into the corner. Nedry. Oh, she tried to load up the slot. It was a great idea. Just nobody home. Sweetser. Over to Newcomb. Newcomb tries to chip that thing forward. They get a stick on that. Good back check by our Regina Hornets. They bounce it off the boards. Amy works it up to Nedry. Nedry tries to load up Witherspoon. Witherspoon battling. Witherspoon circles. Ships it up to Nedry. Nice play. Nedry works into the zone. Nedry fires. Nice shot. Goalie had a blocker save that thing. Nedry goes for a line change. Witherspoon does too. Craigness. Cohen are jumping on. Newcomb makes her change too, so we've got a complete change of the guard here. Dyna Hornets are back on the attack. Ballard and Cohen trying to fight through that thing. Cohen works it over to Ballard. Ballard sees her D wide open. D to D. Back to Sweetser. Sweetser tries to chip that thing down low. They got a 2-1. Except that Cohen hustled back to pick somebody's pocket. Great play. Love it, Cohen. Ballard in chasing this puck down low. Ballard gets possession. She's working around. Works it back over to Craigness. Craigness coming out of the zone on that one. I hear the official yelling, play it, play it, play it. I think they're trying. They're just battling. Ooh, that one comes right back to Ballard. Ballard circles, looks, fires, bounces it off the player, works it down low. She goes for a quick change. Cohen and Craigness behind the net battling. 2v2. Mal does a good job interfering with their breakout. So does Amy. Amy tries to keep that thing low. The rest of our forwards are trying to change, and Mal is in there solo, creating a bunch of trouble. Now we've got a complete change. Sweetser battles along the boards right there, trying to keep that thing in. Sweetser, no call, even though there's a pretty significant back check on Boylan. There we go. Nice play across the rink to Mallory. Mallory loads up Sauter. Sauter works in. Goalie makes a nice save on the blocker side. Mental note, next time we play this team, keep it away from this goalie's glove. Sauter, Boylan, Mal. That one gets worked over to the boards. Mal chases it behind the net. Mal comes up with that one. Works it back over to Boylan. Boylan works over to Sauter. Great play. Boylan fires that one in. Mal comes up with it. Sauter works out to the top of the slot. Sees Mal on the backside. Almost there. There's a battle towards the blue. Chapman does a great job rushing in to keep that one in ours. Keep possession for us. Boylan rushes in. Oh no. They got an opportunity here. Coming down the ice. One of their primary goal scorers, Lucy Skoglund. She gets a shot on net. Lex knocks that aside, no problem. Sauter thinks about working it up. Thinks better of it. Good idea. Keeps working around. Fires off the post. Catches iron. Here comes Hannah Newcomb. Newcomb on the attack. Should have been a trip there. No trip called. Here come the, whatever they are, Blaine Rogers team. We got a change of all of our forwards accomplished there. It's a 3-1 game with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this second period. Witherspoon's out there with Nedry and Newcomb, Sweetser and Levy. Oh, and might make it all the way down for... Nope, it's not going to make it. Softly played, no icing. We got 2 people chasing him down. Witherspoon out at the point, keeping that thing in. Sweetser works it in again. Unfortunately, BR comes up with that. Levy challenges. Newcomb gets that red line. Here we go. That one almost gets left. There we go. It's out to Sweetser again. Sweetser down to Witherspoon. Witherspoon battling for it in the corner. Nedry goes over to help. Uh-oh. Here comes Hannah. Get on your horse, kiddo. Keep skating. They miss it. Miss it wide. Witherspoon's floating out of the zone. Get it up to her. Oh. Nedry enters the zone. Catches an edge. Ballard's there to help out. We're starting a line change. Probably a hook. Uncalled. No ice. Ballard goes for it. Goes challenge. 25 seconds remaining in this period. Craigness jumps on the ice. You've got Craigness, Cohen, Ballard left. Craigness decides I'm going to chip that thing in. Let's go to work. Craigness going with a lot of speed. Heading in. Works it out to Ballard. Ballard, fire that thing, kid. Oh, just missed near side. Smart shot. 3 seconds remaining. Amy fires. Long shot. 3-1. Edina leads here at the beginning of the third period. 15 minutes is put on the clock. Twice. Twice. Is she aiming at it?
I don't know. Mom's gonna ground it.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, it's the same thing. No, especially, yeah, it wasn't frozen. So we're going to do a quick live look in at our Edina Faithful. Here we are. All the ladies. I think they're debating about where maybe we could go to lunch. Moms, do you want to say hello to everybody on the stream? There we go. Good morning. It looks like Mrs. Boylan is very unhappy about this. I always say that I have a face for radio, so you don't need me on screen. All right, the Hornets are ready to go. So, kind of what we expect out of a highly ranked team. It's a tight game this morning. I think we've had the better parts of it. The occasional odd man rush that Blaine Rogers or Rogers Blaine has gotten makes you have a little anxiety about whether or not they might pop one in. And in a 3-1 game, it's important to make sure that they don't. It looks like they've moved number 53, Lucy Skoglund, to a forward position. I think she was playing D before, and now she's playing center. So nice textbook regroup and zone exit. And Tessa Cohen, beauty. I mean, it began way back here in our defensive zone with a terrific regroup. It was the right pass to go up. Craigness drew the defender to her, flipped it over to a wide open Tessa Cohen. Tessa Cohen doesn't miss. 15 seconds in, it is 4-1 Edina leads. Nice shot, nice play, all the way starting with the regroup all the way straight through to the goal. There we go. Cohen up to Cragness. Cragness tries to work around. She's getting battled. Somebody's all over her. 4-1, Edina lead. Helfrich goes for a quick change. Ballard jumps on that puck down in the corner. Ballard battling out there. Levy now is our defender. Levy keeps it low. Nice tip. So good for our, I think that was Cragness with the stick on it. But I don't know for sure. Textbook, again, like the things you're supposed to be doing. The defender, Levy, kept that one low. That gives your forwards an opportunity to get a stick on it and redirect. Sauter, Boylan, Mal. Boylan chips it in. They try to work it out. It does work out. Levy, back over to Chapman. Chapman, looking for an out. Yep. Alice Sauter does a good job yelling for it. Sauter working in. Loses the handle on it. Ends up in a battle in the corner here. Mallory and Ella working out. Chapman cheats all the way down low. The official, I think, has gotten in the way twice now. Sauter dangling around. Mal works over the far side. One of their most dangerous players. There goes Ella. Ella and Mal are going to be exhausted after this shift. The sort of board battles that you don't realize how exhausting it really is. Boylan activates, trips over something. Gets right back up, no problem. Again, we're working it down low. We've had a lot of ozone time, but not a lot of clean opportunities there. DR works it down low. Levy tries to get it out of the zone. Sauter works it up. Mal works it up to Boylan. Boylan's got a little bit of space. Oh, tries the glove side. I'm sure I'm gonna hear about that one later. We got a disappointed Boylan in a 5-1 game. Oh, it looks like there's a timeout being called by Blaine Rogers. I sense the coaches probably realize if they're going to climb back into this game, they need to get one soon. So we can expect them to come out of this timeout with some. Doesn't look like he's drawing up a play, but it looks like he's giving them a heartwarming locker room speech. Herb Brooks style, possibly. Gene Hackman from Hoosiers, possibly. Maybe even Denzel Washington from Remember the Titans. Meanwhile, on our bench, it looks like our coaches are telling him, let's keep up the good work. Coach Horan is checking in with the goalies. We're really lucky to have a coach that knows a lot about coaching goalies, keeping them going and in the right headspace and also doing technically the right things. The length of this timeout appears to be drawing to a close. There's the whistle. Let's see what we get here. There go the Hornets. Witherspoon, Nedry, Newcomb. Sweets here, Amy. Let's see what they cooked up here. We'll work that in down low. Nope, Amy works it around. DR comes up with that. That gets worked back down low. We can fight them off here just for a short bit. I think they're going to lose the enthusiasm. It comes out of a rousing speech. Crashing down on the breakout pass. So that is one thing they're doing. They're pressing. Witherspoon fights through some stick work. Let's go. She's got Newcomb in tow. She works it over to Newcomb. Ooh, just barely missed on that one. 12 minutes, 13 seconds left in in this game. Nedry's there to help out. Great job, Nedry. Nedry and Witherspoon behind the net. Nedry works it out to the point. Amy's got an opportunity. Walks in. That one made it all the way in cleanly. Witherspoon works it out again to Amy. Amy fires. That one gets tipped. It's there in the slot. We just couldn't quite get there in time. That works out to the point. We work it back down low. We go for offensive lines. Go for a change. Jumping on the ice now. Cohen, Craigness, Ballard. Ballard hustles in. Creates an opportunity. Just fantastic opportunity. Ballard did a great job racing in, getting a stick on that to prevent them from just chipping it out of the zone. Ballard comes up with it, works it over to Cohen. Craigness had snuck in and was kind of behind the defenders. Cohen realizes it. Instead of shooting, works it over to Craigness. Craigness walks around the goalie, has one opportunity, and then catches a second opportunity and gets it in after walking around the goalie. Great job. Bouncing off the boards, up to Craigness again. Craigness looking, fires. Cohen in the corner. Craigness giving chase. 6-1 here in this third period. 11 minutes or so remaining. Craigness on the near side boards. Tries to work down to Ballard. Ballard comes up with that one. Over to Cohen. Cohen dangling around. Dangling. Heavy stick work by the Blaine Rogers to the point that the kid falls down as a result. That one bounces off of Cohen. It looks like we're looking a little gassed. No icing is called. Lex tries to play that one out. Fans on it. That's all right. We still get it out of the zone. That puck gets out. Boylan works around the outside. Boylan tries to jump around somebody. That's offsides. I think having fired one into the goalie's... Well, the goalie made a nice save. I think old number 7 there is thinking I'm owed one. Mallory, Ella, Boylan on the draw. Or Ella on the draw, obviously. Levy. Not quite, but nevertheless, works it all the way down into the far end. They chip it out to our point. Sweetser works it back down in. The tempo of this game has gone down a notch. Mal works in, fires, goal. Great job again. Everybody working, doing their job. That makes it a 7-1 game here with 9 minutes and 40 seconds left. Nedry, right off the draw, zooming in. Oh, great move. Almost got that one. Witherspoon works it out to the point. Sweetser, long shot. That one misses just wide. Nedry. Down to Newcomb behind the net. Newcomb fighting for it. Can't quite get the handle on that one. Witherspoon races over. They do a good job breaking out. Single player breakout. Here they come. They chip it down low. Levy back. Levy comes up with that one. Works it over to Nedry. Nedry, nice pass to Newcomb. Witherspoon comes up with that one after she bobbles it a little. Here comes Witherspoon into the zone. Oh, no, there it is. All right. Great exit of our zone. We get down there. That was a bing, bing, bing play. Witherspoon first, then Hannah had an opportunity, and then finally Nedry followed in and got the goal there. Ballard, Craigness, and Cohen out there now. It is an 8-1 game. Here we go. Craigness out in the slot. Thinking. Works it over to Ballard. Ballard fires right off the goalie's face mask. Cragness was there for the rebound. Tried to chip it by. Goalie gobbled that up. We'll have an offensive zone face-off. There we go. Working back down low again. Cragness comes up with that one. Cragness sees her points open. Works it over to Levy. Levy fires. That one hits something halfway there. Still knuckleball towards the goal. The goalie made a great save. Levy jumped in on that one. Tried to get a stick on it. They interfere with that. Ballard over to Cragness. Cragness with space. This is what I mean about the pace slowing down. Chapman over to Levy. Levy works it back down low. Cragness. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left. It's an 8-1 game. I think we're officially in running time. Cragness walks out. Little shoulder play back there. It was clean. Cragness out to Chapman. Chapman over to Levy. Levy fires. That one gets cast aside by the goalie again. Chapman races over, wins that battle. Cohen goes for a quick change. It's out to Levy again. Levy zips that one down low. The rest of our forwards are going for a change. Chapman's there. Chapman works it over to Boylan. Boylan. They try to drag that off. It hits off of somebody's head. Mallory's out there now. So is Ella. Ella fires. That's a goal. That makes it 9-1. Your Edina Hornets have officially moved to a new scoring category against this team. We've played them to a 1-1 draw and an 8-1 win. And now we are in a 9-1 game with 6 minutes, and the clock is now running. Probably has been for a while. Ella on the draw. Mal and Boylan helping out. Levy and Chapman on the D. Chapman over to Levy. Levy zings it over. Boylan tries to get that cross-ice pass. They had a little stick in it. Ella's there. They're coming back into our zone. Boylan up to Mal. Mal chips it to herself. Mal works around. Tries to dangle past one. Does successfully. Fires off the post. Felt like it went in, but it didn't. Levy. Levy over to Amy. Amy fires. Goalie gobbles that up. 5 minutes and 28 seconds remaining. Quick change of everybody. Okay, here comes RB. Witherspoon jumps on that one. Let's go. Witherspoon dangles around one, dangles around another. She's down low. Ooh, tried to work that out to Amy. Just barely missed on that. There's a foot race. Lex comes out to play that thing. Love it when our goalies come out to play. Newcomb right in front of me. She comes up with that puck, enters the zone, working around the outside, looking for a pass. Loads up the slot, nobody home. Sweetser keeps that one in. Back down to Nedry in the slot. Nedry fires. Goalie gloves that one. This goalie's glove is very, very good. I sense that we're facing a softball player. Long shot. That one gets gobbled up. Good heavy shot by Helfrich. 9-1. I think just as a statement piece, I'm hoping that it's 10-1. Eye-popping score. Helfrich back over to Cohen. Cohen down to Cragness. Cragness tries to work that in front. Ballard. It's almost there. Goalie barely had that. 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Hornets do another change. Boylan, Mal, and Ella are out there. Chapman. Helfrich on the backside. Ella works in. Tries to get that one in. Ella. Ella's having a game. Chapman. Over to Helfrich. Helfrich, long shot. Goalie gloves that one. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Your Blaine Rogers team is switching things up. Ella chips it forward again. Ooh, here comes Blaine Rogers. Chapman works it up to Mal. Mal chips it forward. Ella comes up with that one, tries to fight through. Ella dangling around. It's almost there. Boylan creates some trouble for them on their attempted zone exit. A battle along the boards. Good job. Chapman pinching down. Mal there to jump on the puck. Ella goes for a quick change. Here comes Blaine Rogers. Lex thinks about covering that one up. Decides against it. Long cross-ice pass up to Mal. Mal achieves the red line, chips that down in. 1 minute and 40 seconds left. 100 ticks in this game. We're in running time. Witherspoon creates some trouble for them. Levy comes up with that one. Right here along the near side boards. That one comes up to Newcomb. Newcomb into the zone. Newcomb dangles around a bunch of people. Puck bounces around, ends up for Witherspoon. Witherspoon tries to load up Levy. It should be an icing. Yep. That's going to burn off a big chunk of the remaining 1 minute and 5 seconds on the clock. So following this game, everybody needs to zip back down to Canal Park. I think the coaches are doing something really admirable, meeting one-on-one with each of the players for a few minutes. It's a good opportunity when you're on an out-of-town tournament. Then we've got another game later today at 4 p.m. against Moorhead, who we played in a scrimmage about 10 days ago. Here comes Witherspoon with an opportunity. Fires. Ooh! Witherspoon had a couple of juicy opportunities today and almost converted on 2 of them. And that's going to probably finish out our game here with about 15 seconds left. 9-1. Your Hornets have taken care of business against the Blaine Rogers team. Four seconds remaining. 3 seconds. Levy gets a little bit of payback after she took a stick in the face. So 4 p.m. we'll try to stream again for the... We didn't get my wish for a 10-1 game, but I think we'll take 9-1 and consider it a victory.